What marital standard of living actually means and why it matters for support. In California, when we're talking about spousal support, which is what we call alimony, the marital standard of living is one of the most important factors that the court will look at when they are determining how much support to order and for how long. Spousal support, especially temporary spousal support that is ordered during the pendency of the divorce or while the divorce process is ongoing. We use the ex-spouse calculator to come up with that number, and we are using the guideline factors that we use for child support. So we can use a calculator for that. When we are talking about long-term or permanent spousal support, we have to focus on Family Code Section 4320. There's about 16 different factors, and one of the most important factors is marital standard of living. What type of standard of living did you enjoy during the marriage? For some people, that is going to be lower standard of living where they either don't spend a lot because they didn't have a lot, or they were really frugal and they spent very little, lived beneath their means, and saved a lot of money. Some people, it's middle of the road, middle class lifestyle, meaning you might take one vacation a year, you might live in a middle class area, you have a pretty good life, and maybe you don't use credit cards all the time, but you may rely on them sometimes to make ends meet. If you have a higher marital standard of living, you are usually going to be living in a more affluent community, you have higher income, you might take some luxury vacations, you might drive luxury cars. You have more money coming in, but it also will depend on how much are you relying on credit to maintain that lifestyle. Are you living above your means, or are you spending appropriately for how much you have coming in? A lot of the time, people will go through divorce in California and they have been living above their means and they need to make some serious adjustments at divorce. It's not always going to be fair to ask someone to maintain the marital standard if neither of you can afford it anymore. So there's a number of things to consider, but we want to help people maintain the marital standard of living after divorce to the extent possible. And that's what spousal support is really going to be all about for a lot of people. If you were a stay-at-home mom and you enjoyed a certain lifestyle, just because you can't earn that money to maintain that lifestyle doesn't mean that you have to live in poverty now. The other spouse may need to step in and help support you so that you can maintain something close to the marital standard. How long that period is going to be that you're going to receive that support is going to usually depend on the length of your marriage. So there's a lot of factors to consider. Marital standard of living is just one of them, but that is really a snapshot of what your lifestyle was like during your married years.